Welcome to Cyber Explorer, your go-to channel for reliable tech insights and cyber trends. One day in 2017, I woke up, grabbed my wallet, needed cash. I hit the nearest ATM. Declined. I tried another, and another. 2 hours wasted. Finally, a stranger shouts, "Network's down across town." Relief? No. A cold thought hits. What if this was global? What if ATMs just stopped for 7 days, but everything seems normal? What is no one can withdraw cash, and the banks say it could take a week? What happens next might change how you see money forever. At first, it feels like a glitch. Maybe the network is down, maybe maintenance. Then you drive to another ATM across town. Same message, lines start forming. People are refreshing their banking apps. Customer service lines are jammed. Banks release a vague statement. "We are experiencing temporary technical difficulties." Temporary. That word does a lot of work. Most people shrug it off. After all, we barely use cash anymore, right? We tap to pay. We use mobile wallets. We Venmo, we Apple Pay. Cash feels outdated. Until it isn't. By the second day, the problem hasn't been fixed. News outlets begin using a phrase that changes everything. Nationwide ATM outage. Now people are paying attention. Gas stations put up handwritten signs. Cash only. Small grocery stores say card systems are unstable. Rumors spread that payment networks are under cyber attack. No one knows what's true. And uncertainty is gasoline for panic. The stock market dips slightly. Bank stocks fall first. Financial analysts go on television trying to calm everyone down. It's just a temporary disruption, but the word temporary is starting to feel fragile. On day 3, something shifts. People aren't confused anymore. They're afraid, because ATMs are still down. Online banking becomes inconsistent. Some transfers are delayed. Payroll deposits are late for certain companies. Your friend texts you, "My paycheck didn't show up." That's when it gets personal. When people can't access their money, trust begins to crack. Lines at banks stretch around the block. But here is the problem. Banks don't keep everyone's money in physical cash. They never have. Modern banking relies on digital balances, not stacks of bills in vaults. If everyone demanded their cash at once, the system wouldn't hold, and suddenly, that thought is everywhere. Let me pause this for a second, because this is important. When you check your bank balance, you're looking at numbers on a screen. Your money exists primarily as digital ledger entries. Banks operate on fractional reserves. That means they keep only a small percentage of deposits as liquid cash. The rest is invested, loaned, or digitally circulating. It works perfectly as long as people trust the system. But the system was never designed for everyone to withdraw at once. ATMs failing for a week isn't just inconvenient. It challenges the psychological contract between citizens and banks. And once trust erodes, it spreads fast. By day 4, the ripple effects become visible. Farmers markets close early, no cash transactions. Local restaurants start refusing cards intermittently. Street vendors disappear entirely. Gas stations limit fuel purchases. Why? Because when digital systems destabilize, small businesses suffer first. Large corporations can absorb delays. Small businesses operate on thin margins. If suppliers demand cash on delivery and cash isn't accessible, supply chains tighten. Shelves begin looking slightly emptier. Not dramatically, just noticeably. And that's enough. Because humans are wired to react to scarcity. You see one empty shelf, you imagine 10. You buy more than you need. And panic buying begins. On day 5, the government steps in. A press conference. Reassurance. We are working around the clock. But markets don't run on speeches. They run on confidence. And now something dangerous starts trending online. Bank run. People who weren't worried before suddenly are. Not because they personally need cash, but because they fear everyone else will try to withdraw first. It becomes a race, not to survive, but to not be last. Banks begin limiting in-branch withdrawals. $200 per person, $100 per person, ATMs still offline. And that's when the panic truly ignites, because limits confirm fear. If everything was fine, why limit withdrawals? By now, tension fills the air. Arguments break out in bank lines. Police presence increases near financial districts. Online, conspiracy theories multiply. Foreign cyber attack. Government experiment. Secret economic collapse. The truth almost doesn't matter. Narratives move faster than facts. Communities begin shifting behavior. Neighbors trade supplies directly. Cash becomes social currency again. Even scarce bills gain power. Some people who kept emergency cash at home feel strangely powerful. Others feel vulnerable. The divide isn't rich versus poor. It's liquid versus locked. And being locked out of your own money feels like losing control of reality. Behind the scenes, something bigger unfolds. Interbank lending slows. Financial institutions grow cautious. Credit tightens. Short-term loans become harder to access. Businesses that depend on daily cash flow struggle. Stock markets fluctuate wildly. Investors move towards safe haven assets. Gold spikes. Cryptocurrency surges, then crashes under volatility. Foreign investors start asking questions about system stability. And here's the critical part. The outage itself isn't the biggest threat. The loss of trust is. Modern economies are built on belief. Belief that banks are stable. Belief that digital systems function. Belief that money tomorrow will work like money today. A week without ATM access plants doubt. And doubt spreads faster than outages. Humans adapt quickly. By day 6, behavior shifts. Communities organize barter systems. Digital payment apps stabilize in some areas. Employers offer emergency advances in physical checks. Local governments coordinate with banks to distribute limited cash supplies. You begin thinking differently. Not about spending, but about access. You realize how dependent you are on invisible infrastructure, electricity, internet, banking networks. You never see them until they fail. And when they fail, they reveal how fragile modern life really is. Then, on day 7, the announcement comes. ATMs are gradually coming back online. The issue, described as a critical network synchronization failure, has been resolved. Machines flicker back to life. Lines form again. But this time, withdrawals are calm. People take small amounts. Just in case, the system stabilizes, markets recover slowly. But something fundamental has changed. You no longer see your bank account the same way. Because for 1 week, you experienced something unsettling. Your money existed, but you couldn't touch it. And that psychological shift doesn't disappear overnight. So what caused it? A cyber attack? A software cascade failure? A coordinated test? The official explanation sounds technical and harmless. But analysts debate the deeper issue. Modern financial systems are incredibly efficient. But efficiency often comes at the cost of resilience. Centralized systems are powerful, but they can become single points of failure. The ATM outage exposed a vulnerability not just in machines, but in mindset. We assume permanence in systems designed by humans, and human systems can fail. Now imagine this scenario lasting not 7 days, but 14 or 30. What would happen then? Widespread bank runs, severe market crashes, emergency government intervention, potential capital controls, social unrest in dense cities. Because money isn't just paper or pixels. It's coordination. It allows strangers to trust each other. It allows society to function at scale. Disrupt that coordination long enough, and you don't just disrupt commerce. You disrupt civilization's rhythm. Here's the lesson. This hypothetical week reveals 3 uncomfortable truths. First, digital convenience has made us dependent. Second, trust is more valuable than currency. Third, resilience matters more than efficiency. Maybe the solution isn't abandoning banks or hoarding cash, but understanding fragility, keeping modest emergency liquidity, diversifying access, building community relationships. Because in moments of disruption, social capital often matters more than financial capital. You wake up a week later. You pass an ATM. It works. You insert your card. Cash slides out. Everything feels normal again. But you hesitate before putting the bills in your wallet. Because now you understand something you didn't before. Money isn't just what you own. It's what you can access. And access is never guaranteed. The question isn't whether systems can fail. It's whether we're prepared when they do. If this scenario made you think differently about money, security, or modern life, please subscribe, because sometimes the most important what-if questions reveal the truths we ignore every day. And let me know in the comments, what are your experiences during a cash withdrawal time? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, share, and subscribe to Cyber Explore for more updates. See you in the next video.